Uh, that wasn't a conscious decision. The decision was more or less made for me. I was at a situation where I'd run out of funding basically for school, and was looking for a means to potentially earn some more income. And the idea was to go back. And good fortune struck. I was quite lucky early on with the audition for Pleasantville. And I was in my early 20s at that time, and I thought I'd make one movie and pay off my loans and go back and finish school, and it just hasn't stopped.
New details in the death of actor Paul Walker. A coroner's report says Walker initially survived a horrific car crash but died moments later from injuries sustained at impact and from the resulting fire.
And now, this real-life twist that all too closely mirrors the movies he made.
And now, this real-life twist that all too closely mirrors the movies he made.
We have confirmed 2 DUA.
This morning, new details in the joyride that ended in a fiery crash. The driver, Walker's friend, Roger Rodas, was a pro racer with championship titles to his name.
This is not his first time driving a car like this.
Right. That's why I'm shocked. He's driven cars faster than this.
A Porsche Carrera GT that can hit speeds of up to 240 miles per hour, reportedly being sold for more than $300,000, and so difficult to handle, even professional drivers called it scary. On Saturday, both men attended a toy drive-in car show for Walker's charity, Reach Out Worldwide. Here's Walker with that Porsche in one of the last known videos of the 40-year-old star.
Across the street from where the crash happened, you don't actually see the crash, you don't see the car, but did you see that? The light post falling and the tree, and then you see this debris go. All right, count 60 seconds from that point, and it's not until there that you see any significant smoke. There's a wisp of smoke there, but, and I'm not sure how this is edited.
And I'm not sure how this is edited.
But the smoke is very light for 60 seconds. What that suggests is that the fire did not become a raging fire for about a minute, which would mean that the two occupants in the vehicle would have had 60 seconds to get out, if they could have. We don't know what happened. Nobody saw what they were trying to do at that time, but it was a full 60 seconds until what you see now, the heavier smoke going. Right. I believe this is edited. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if we saw the red...
It is edited. I'm hearing in my ear from the control room, right. Yes, Alan Duke, it's edited. So you're telling me you saw the raw in 60 seconds, well, after this light pole goes down, that's when the smoke begins, correct?
Pull over. We don't, but we came from the same area.
Is that, what car is that?
Ferrari, dude. Dude, go away, it's gonna blow up. Dude, the guy's in there. He died. Go! Drive away, it's gonna blow up! Drive away! Drive over there. No, we're fine here, it's not gonna... Dude. Oh shit. Don't get him out.
Get away, it's gonna blow up. It might blow up. Just.
I can't. And the car is in half.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? So look, there's a few things I found odd about that footage, right? When I was looking over the footage, I was like, the lady is not giving off enough panic for me. You know, neither are the two guys that are like, you know, just right there, ready to record. That seems kind of odd because in a lot of these cases that, you know, we look over, these things, they just start to line up, and these patterns, they keep repeating themselves, because it's just real odd that two people are just ready to ride by recording this car that's on fire, and that supposedly has Paul Walker inside the car and his friend. It's really odd. And like I said, the lady that you can hear talking at the end of the video before it cuts off, which I felt like they cut it off right there for a reason, because she was kind of describing the fact that the car looks like it's split in half, but she can't tell who's in the car. Like, it cut off before she finished that sentence, but it sounded like that's what she was leading to. So I think that was done on purpose. And also, you would think, people would actually go nuts if they're like looking at two people badly injured, about to burn up in a car that's like basically destroyed, as if a giant missile hit it. Like, it doesn't look like the car was burnt the way it was with the hood up and stuff like that because of gasoline from the car. It really does seem like something was shot at this car and it exploded the way it looks in this picture. Like, this looks like something was shot at it, but like I was saying, my entire point of coming in right now was just to show you that there was not enough panic. So to me, we have to question the fact if Paul Walker and his friend was even in the car right there at that moment, but we're not going to completely take it there yet. Let's move on to the next clip. And I think this will be pretty interesting. So check this out.
Other news tonight. 2 people killed when a high-performance sports car crashes at the California Speedway in Fontana. The track is home to NASCAR's California 500 event and others, as you know. But today, there was only one car on the track at the time of the crash. Channel 4's Mary Parks is live at the racetrack now. Mary, wasn't this a Ferrari event today?
Well, we've learned, Paul, that this was a private group that was here. Routinely, private groups rent the track just to practice and run some laps. And Speedway officials in the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department are trying to determine exactly what happened here this morning. We have learned since this morning that this was a track rental situation. The Ferrari Owners Club of Southern California had rented part of the speedway to do some laps and simply race around. Then around 11 o'clock this morning, a driver and a passenger in this Porsche Carrera GT simply lost control and hit a wall on the straightaway. Investigators speculated it could have been a blowout, but the MATE team, the Major Accident Investigation Team, is here trying to determine exactly what happened and caused this crash. One person died at the scene. A second individual was airlifted to a local hospital, but later died. Now, these high-performance cars often rent the track to do laps, and at some points we're told they go as fast as 200 miles per hour.
He says there's reason to believe that intelligence agencies for major powers, including the United States, know how to remotely seize control of a car. Whoa, hold on. He continues. What has been revealed as a result of some research at universities is that it's relatively easy to hack your way into the control system of a car and to do such things as cause acceleration when the driver doesn't want acceleration, to throw on brakes when the driver doesn't want the brakes on, to launch an airbag. You can do some really highly destructive things now through hacking a car, and it's not that hard. Now look, I had read similar things, but it was on some blog somewhere, and I thought, well, maybe yes, maybe no, right? This is Richard Clarke. He was our top counterterrorism advisor. He had every piece of information available to him when he was inside the United States government. He says doing it is easy. We didn't sign on for that. Did you sign on for the government being able to control your car remotely? Who in their right mind would agree to that?
All right, y'all, this is another part I had to come in and explain real quick because, look, in Fast 7 in this minivan scene, right, the little boy throws out a toy car into the ground, right? And I tried to pause it and just, kind of get the toy car already in the air. So as you can see here in the movie, obviously I can't show the real clip. The camera actually focuses on this red car, and I'm glad I found this because this actually gives more weight to the theory that Paul's car could have been hit with a missile, right? Because the camera goes and focuses on the car. It's looking at it. And then Paul goes and picks the car up, obviously, because, his little boy threw the car out, gives him his toy back in the actual clip. And right after this clip, as y'all remember in the movie, when the package was dropped off at the house, or however that box got right there at the on the steps, there was an explosion right after this scene. So I took a screenshot of the explosion, and this was literally right after Paul picked the car up, the little toy car up, to give it back to his son. So this was obviously after Paul was dead, but this is kind of like, it's strange as hell. We obviously don't believe in coincidences, and the way they put the scene together, they show a red car, focus in on the red car, and then after that they show an explosion. So it's like, are y'all playing with our minds, or are you just like seeing if people are gonna notice it? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty odd. But anyway, y'all already know what's going on.
it's funny because I have a dark side. So I did this movie called Running Scared, which was really dark, hard R, a lot of violence.
Really?
Yeah, and it's funny because a lot of people had major issues with it because they think it's I don't know, it's like it almost glorifies it, or it is too embracing. But the thing of it is, it's so funny about violence and language and all that. I think it makes people uncomfortable is because people don't want to accept the fact that we are all capable of such horrible things. And so, as opposed to suppressing it and burying it, no, let's embrace it. Let's see it for what it is. Let it be horrible. Let it be shocking. Let the reminder be right in your face so that you never go to the dark side. For me, it's like, I know that I suppress a lot of things through life and experiences, and you know, you want to be the better person. Maybe you bottle up too much. For me as an actor, it's therapeutic. I get out so much toxicity and so many horrible things that maybe we're buried way, way down in here, and at the end of the day, I'm completely exhausted. At the end of the shoot, I'm completely beat, but it's been a ride.
Hey, what's going on with y'all, man? It's Black Balloon. I'm back. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. As you know, that was Paul Walker's Sacrifice. It's Sunday, Sacrifice Sunday, and so y'all already know the series continues. All right, so just to come in and wrap things up how I always do, let's kind of revisit a few topics with the entire Paul Walker Sacrifice, right? So, obviously a lot of y'all have seen the footage of the crash, and just like me, a lot of y'all had questions, and you questioned, what exactly happened, and if it actually happened the way that the media gave it to us, because like I pointed out, as far as with the crash goes, it just seems, it seems pretty odd that people were there immediately to record what was going on. And it also seems, it just doesn't seem real to me. Like I don't feel energy from the video that Paul and his friend was actually in the car, dead or dying and damn near about to be burned, by flames coming from the car. I just didn't feel it. Like I didn't feel it being authentic. It's like usually when you see, tragedy, when you see things like that are just like gruesome, and it's like, it's like, wow, it's like you could feel the energy of it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it just didn't feel real, so we gotta weigh the possibility that this was staged. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you logically think about it, you have to weigh this possibility or this theory or whatever you want to call it, that this could have been completely staged and Paul was not even in that car. You know what I'm saying? We have to just weigh that in, no matter what you think about it, no matter how you viewed Paul or, you felt sad for it, because the news, they were putting emphasis on 60 seconds. They kept saying like, oh, that was the moment where they had 60 seconds to get out of the car. It was just terrifying that they sat there for 60 seconds. It was just heart-wrenching that they were, they could have been pulled out, and in 60 seconds, that's all the time they had. They put a lot of emphasis on that to like pull your heartstrings, to, make you just, they just pulled your heartstring. They made you give energy to it, because the choice of words that they used, they painted it to be like, just very heart-wrenching, like something that you just can't even, you couldn't look at, because it just hurts to know that Paul Walker, his friend, is in his car and they're damn near burning to death, So to me, that was kind of like an energy puller, like they're pulling on your heartstrings, getting you to invest your energy into it because of such a tragic situation, So some people could be like, yo, like, why the hell would they fake something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you fake something so tragic of someone dying in a car crash and damn near burning up? you know, but that's exactly like how cruel they are as far as harvesting energy, because these are at the top, these are demons. Like the people that host these humans, these elites, these people that run Hollywood and shit, these are demons. They have demons inside of them. So they don't actually care how you feel, you know. They want to just harvest as much energy that they can around the sacrifice, you know. So it basically improves the movie series. You know what I'm saying? As far as like them making more money off of the movie. Because if you think about it, it's exactly like the Joker. You know, someone has to be sacrificed for the success of the series. And they usually choose the ones that are going to be felt the most, like the ones that are going to shock you the most, you know. Choosing Heath Ledger, it was the most shocking, you know. Like had they chose anyone else from the series, we wouldn't have felt it that bad. And it's the same with Paul Walker. Had they chose anyone else, it wouldn't have hit as hard, you know. Not to say that if Vin Diesel died or, you know, The Rock died or something like that, you know, people wouldn't be devastated. But they chose like the main character, the main star of the entire series, who was there from day one, from the original Fast and Furious, you know. So it hit hard, you know, like they were able to harvest a lot of energy from it. And then also in the long run, make more money off the series. They actually made $1.5 billion off of Fast 7, which I showed y'all in the video, compared to, I think, about 700 million off of Fast 6. I can't remember exactly the number, but, you know, that's a pretty big amount, you know, that they made for the next movie, as far as sacrificing Paul Walker for, you know, for the series, and a little bit more value with each movie that they decide to release after that. So it gives us, you know, kind of support under the theory of why they would even sacrifice him in the first place. Then it also goes back to, you know, the fact that this may have been staged and planned the entire time, because once again, we're finding connections from the beginning of someone's career to how they actually died at the end of their career. And it's the same way in the music industry. They like to sacrifice rappers and stuff like that with overdoses, because that's the way they live their life. And I even reversed it in the clip where the news lady said, you know, Paul died from something that was all too familiar with the movie roles that he played in movies. So they just put it right in front of your face, you know. They sacrifice you based on how you live your life. So when the public sees it, it's just like, oh, you know, he died from speeding. You know, typical. He played in a fictional movie about fast cars, and in real life, he actually died from a fast car. Like, doesn't that just seem like corny? You know, doesn't that just seem like, all right, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, clearly he didn't die that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can't ignore this shit. It's obvious. It's very obvious at this point. You know, like, we've done enough videos to where we can catch on to the patterns. So I'm literally like I'm trying to show y'all the patterns that, you know, is involved with every single sacrifice. They almost do it the same way. We just got to look for it and just think. And boom, we'll come to the conclusion, because it's no coincidence that in that movie, The Skulls, the car that he gets gifted or that he chooses is a red Porsche. And then he ends up dying to the entire world. You know, supposedly his character is killed off in a red Porsche. So it starts in a red Porsche and it ends in a red Porsche. And then it just so happened to start with a movie that was about a secret society, a real secret society, like not a fictional, you know, group of people. It's real. So the fact that they even chose him to play in that movie, you know, it kind of speaks volume to who actually Paul Walker is. You know what I'm saying? So, truthfully, do I think he's dead? Honestly, I don't think he's dead. My true authentic self, you know, I think that entire thing was staged. Paul and that guy was not in the car. They were never there. I don't know how they staged it. You know, I don't think Paul Walker's dead, you know? And if we want to go with the theory that his character was actually sacrificed and they used some kind of drone missile to blow the car up, that's pretty that whole it holds weight, you know what I'm saying? It definitely holds weight. So we kind of just have to consider both of them, like, you know, and whichever one you feel like, you know, will sizzle in your spirit, then that's the one that, you know, you'll believe. But I definitely say they both hold weight. You know, 80% of me don't really believe he's dead. The other 20% believe that it could have been a real sacrifice and he was actually killed by some kind of missile drone. You know, that could be the case. But, you know, like I said, the 80% of me is like, you know, this was a character sacrifice and the real Paul Walker is actually still living. You know what I'm saying? So, without dragging this on too long, you know, I just wanted to come in and wrap it up how I usually do. Y'all already know. Leave your comments down below, man, and just tell me what y'all think. Y'all already know. Let's get a conversation going today. It's Sunday. I hope y'all, you know, hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all being safe, taking care of yourselves. Y'all already know what's going on. It's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon.